Okay. So, boss. Oh, hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, we can't wait any longer. Those of us here will start keeping to time as well. Okay, so let's ask Madame Flores, so you put it to say the opening prayer for us. Hello, we are waiting for you. Just say the opening prayer for us. She can't talk now, please. Okay, so what's our youth secretary to do us the honors? Our youth secretary, please do us the honors. Joseph Nati, I mean, Joseph Nati, please do us the honors by praying for us to start. Hello, Joseph. Okay, let me pray. Let's start. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to study at your feet. Please give us understanding. Grant us your Holy Spirit. Join our colleagues who are yet to join. Please influence them to join. And help us to have a meaningful and fruitful discussions that will guide our lives. Thank you very much for answering prayer. For ask all this in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. Hi guys, so good evening and welcome to this edition of Reflections. We started last week a very interesting note. We discussed about money last week. This week we are talking about another special thing. I mean, we were talking about love. Last week we talked about money, and this week we are talking about love. How related they can be. They say without money you can't find love. Without love you can't find money. So it plays both ways, love and money. But this time around, we're just going to discuss what is this thing called love. I'm sure all of us might have fallen in love at a point in time in our lives, or are still in love. What is this thing called love? Is it that feeling you have for somebody you can't eat and drink, or you can't sleep? Is it that thing that makes you awake all night when you have a heavy heart? Well, we'll get more answers to this very interesting topic tonight. Especially a special thanks to Auntie Mrs. Abigail Senior for agreeing to host us this evening. She's going to be our speaker. She's going to speak on the topic, what is this thing called love? She has enormous experience in this thing called love, and in mind as well. So she's rightly placed to lead us in this discussion. So Ms. Zaini, if you're ready, good evening and thank you for making time. And your people are ready. Please talk to us.
Yeah. Good evening, Bena. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I hope with love in the air, it's very appropriate that we take a look at what does this thing called love? What at all is love? What is it? Is it that feeling you have when you meet that young man or that young lady that you have a crush on? Those butterflies you feel in your tummy. Is that what love is? Or how at all can we describe love? What meaning can we give to it? Is it something that we need? Is it something that we acquire? Is it something that we were born with? What at all is love? Can someone please help us? Ben, I can see you on the call. What at all is love? I'm sure growing up, passing through the teenage years, you might have felt love, even if not growing up. You were born into a family, and I'm sure you'd have experienced love at one point or the other in your life. So, can you please help us? What at all is love? Per your understanding, what is love? Ben, are you on the call? I can see you. Okay. Can someone help us by trying
Yeah,
to tell
hello.
us love is? Okay,
Am
Ben.
I on?
Yes. Yes, Ben, you are here. We can hear you. Ben, you can please go ahead. Okay.
Yes, am I on, please?
Yes, Ben.
Okay,
So can you tell us?
so
Yes.
I would say an affectionate feeling you have for someone. So, maybe how close you are with the person, how you feel some form of affectionate feeling to the person, towards that person.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Does someone have any other view on what love is? This four-letter word, LOVE. Does someone have any other view or something to add to what Benjamin just said? What is love? Because I'm sure we've all fallen in love at one point or the other in life. I don't think there's anyone on this call who hasn't fallen in love at one point or the other before, or is not in love currently.
Kofi Edu.
Mike, Chichi, can you please help us?
Kofi Edu is yet to fall in love.
Yeah, Kofi, yeah. You know, those teenage crashes and all those things. Can you say that that's love? What is love? Per your definition and per your experience.
I think the Bible is good. Yes, well, the Bible says God is love. So love is God and God is love.
Yeah. Well,
So what is this definition that Kofi is giving us Bible
okay.
we should get better definitions. Kofi, no, God is love and love is God. No, no.
We know that. We know that. We are aware of that.
Mrs.
We are
Zeni,
aware of that.
sorry, can I come in?
Yes, Bernard, you can.
Yes. Before you go ahead, I mean, when the topic was announced, some of the young
Yes,
people
sir.
contacted me to say that they hope it's not going to be Bible love. He wants
No,
practicality.
no, no, no. It's not. So I'm even surprised. I'm even surprised at what Kofi is saying. I think he just wants to dodge the bullet. He just
So,
wants to dodge the
so
bullet.
they are waiting with bated breath. Good evening, Chichi.
Okay. From a bit of
Recording in
research I
progress.
did, from a bit of research I did, it says that love is an intense feeling of deep affection or a great interest and pleasure in something. An intense feeling or deep affection. I'm sure we all know what affection is. So if we say the feeling is intense or the affection is deep, we know that it's not ordinary. It's not the normal, you know, stuff that we see around, the normal friendship levels that we have with people. We are talking about something much deeper, and much more intense than normal friendships that we have. When we talk about love, for every human being, our first, for most human beings actually, our first contact with love is from our parents or our guardians. receive love, first of all, in our lives from our parents and our guardian. And this kind of love, all things being equal, lasts a lifetime. The love relationship between parents, the love relationship between siblings, all things being equal, last a lifetime. But along the line, we grow, we develop, we mature, and we are exposed to love on a different level. If I'll put it, I'll say love between us and the opposite sex. You can see that right from our teenage years, we start developing feelings and affection for the opposite sex, which is quite normal and very, very natural. There's nothing wrong with it because that is how the human being is wired to be. Actually, if you are growing up and at a certain point in life, in your teenage years, you do not have those kind of feelings or those kind of experiences, then there's something that should cause you to worry, or your parents or guardians to worry, because it's part of the growth process. Because we've all had crashes during our teenage years. We've had people we've crashed on. We've had people we felt affectionate towards. Somewhere along the line, these are all normal. These are all normal. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It is the way that we manage this situation that really matters. So we know that love is an intense feeling or deep affection that we have for someone. And for the purpose of this discussion, we are going to look at it regarding the opposite sex, But let me ask, there are quite a lot of people who have come out with different kinds of love. Currently, some people are saying we have 7, some are saying we have 8. But I would like us, for the purpose of our discussions this evening, to focus on the 4 broad areas of love, or the 4 broad types of love that we have. The first one is the storge, which is the affection we get from our family, from our parents. We get this right from the time we are born and throughout our lives. And then we also have the filial. This kind of love is the kind of love that helps us exchange our beliefs and imperfections with close friends. And then we have the agape. I'm sure we all know agape, the Christ kind of love. And then we also have the eros, which is the kind of romantic love. And let's not be surprised that this kind of love is also found in the Word of God. Let's not think it's sinful to be talking about such a kind of love, because when we take a look, when we take a look at the Old Testament especially, we have quite a number of Bible texts which support this kind of love. When we look at Songs of Solomon chapter 2, verses 4 and 5, it says, "Let him lead me to the banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. Strengthen me with raisins, refresh me with apples, for I am faint with love." In the same book, the chapter 2 of that same book again, verse 7 says that, "Do not arouse or waken love until it so desires." And then the same book, chapter 5, verse 8 also says that, "Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you, if you find my beloved, what will you tell him? Tell him I am faint with love." All these are found in the Bible. So it's not sinful. It's not sinful to experience this kind of love, as young people who are growing and developing. It is very, very important, and it is very, very normal. But first of all, before you are able to love someone, there's an underlying principle which I want us to get. Before you are able to love someone or allow someone to love you, you must first of all love yourself. You must first of all love yourself. You know, people, because of the experiences people have had in life, because of our upbringing, people are faced with so many challenges that makes it difficult for them to love themselves, and then therefore making it impossible for others to love them, and making it impossible for them to also love others. Before you are able to love someone or allow someone to love you, you should first of all love yourself. That should be basic. You should accept yourself the way you are. And then that makes you aware of the need to be in a relationship with someone else, because that awareness, when you love yourself, you are self-aware that God created you to be able to be in a good love relationship with others. So please, despite our experiences, despite our upbringing, despite our challenges, before we fall in love or before we decide to love someone else, let us first love and accept ourselves. If we are able to do that, that is when we are able to give ourselves fully in love. And then that is when the persons we also fall in love with also begin to appreciate us because we love ourselves first. And then how can we love someone? How can we love someone? We can love someone by giving the person our undivided attention. We should listen to the person. We should listen to the person. And then we should also use our words to express how we feel. How we feel. We should be bold. We should be courageous when you feel that kind of affection towards someone. You should be bold and courageous, and then approach the person in a nice way and express yourself. We shouldn't be timid. We shouldn't have sometimes we might have our fears and our doubts, but please let us use our words. Let us express ourselves to the persons we love. And then that is how it is through our words and our actions that these people get to know that we truly love and we truly appreciate them. And then we also need to show gratitude to them. If you love someone, you appreciate what the person does for you. You appreciate the time the person spends with you. You appreciate the effort the person to make the relationship or the friendship work. And then we also express our interest. If you love someone, you need to express your interest in the person. You just don't have to be there. You just don't have to be there. You need to express your interest that I'm interested in you, I'm interested in this friendship or this relationship, and I want it to work, or I want it to take it to the next level. And then we also have to notice the needs of these people. We have to be observant. You are in love with someone, you are in a relationship with someone, and you don't observe the needs of the person. At a particular point in time, you realize that the person too good. The person is a bit reserved. Are you able to notice those changes in the person you claim you love? We should be observant. We should be able to identify the needs of the person and then see how far we can go to help meet these needs where possible. And then we should also show some form of affection. You understand? You should show some form of affection. Every stage of the relationship has its own kind of affection that you can show the person. But at least let the person know that attracted to you, and even your words, the way you speak to the person, the way you couch your words, the way you look at the person should let the person know that yes, my friend or the lady or the gentleman I'm in a relationship with is showing me much affection. And then we also need to spend quality time with them. We need to spend quality time with them. If we want the friendship or the love to grow and to blossom, we need to spend time with them. Someone once said that love is also spelled Time, which is time. You enjoy the person's company. You always wish the person is by you. If the person is not around you, if maybe you come, you meet the person and you leave for your respective houses, you should miss the person. The person should not be like an like someone who doesn't exist or doesn't matter. Let the person know that you really miss the person by the way we communicate with the person and by the way we even around the person when we meet them the next time. We should also learn to give. We should give. You don't necessarily need to buy the person a car or the latest phone in town. The little things. The little things. Oh, hi, babe. I was walking around. I saw this bar of chocolate. You know the person likes chocolate. And you just buy it and then give it to the person the next time you meet the person. The person is in school. You understand? You saw a textbook which will be relevant to the person's course of study, something you can afford. There's nothing wrong with buying that thing for the person. Let us share, let us give to the persons we claim to be in love with or we claim to care so much about. And then in my research, I saw this and I was a bit taken aback. Write it down. Write how you feel about the person down and then present it to the person. I like cards. I like cards, and my birthdays are not complete without a card with handwritten messages in them from my husband. My birthdays are not complete without those. It's a very significant part of my birthdays, and I really appreciate. I really appreciate cards. You know, you take your time, you pen your thoughts in the card, and I read it. The effect it has on me, I don't know about others, it's not the same as something I see online, something he can post about me online, or even a text message or a WhatsApp that he could send to me. That's time after time. I just pick up those collection of cards, I read through them, and then they mean the world to me. You understand? So I've carefully kept all these cards that were given to me from the time we were dating. I have all of them. I have quite a collection of cards. I read them, and sometimes when I'm so down, I take them and read them. It lightens my spirit, it gladdens my heart, and it puts me in a very good mood. So as much as possible, let us learn to pen our feelings down and present them to the persons we claim to love. It doesn't have to be the person's birthday. You could just buy an I miss you card or something. Cards are still in season, or you could just design something yourself, write in it, and then just present it to the person. It's nice, it's appreciated, because phones can get missing, messages online can go away, but these ones are always with the person if kept well. If kept well. So let's try to pen down our feelings, the way we feel towards our significant others or the persons we claim to love. Let's try and pen down our feelings to them. And then we should learn to surprise the people we love. We should learn to surprise them. We should break the boredom with surprises. Surprises. Every stage of the relationship has its own kind of surprises that you can come up with. Has its own kind of surprises that you can come up with. So let us give appropriate surprises that match with the stage of the relationship that we are in. That we are in. You can surprise. Sometimes you could just surprise the person. You have a boyfriend or a girlfriend who works or is in school. One afternoon, you could just surprise the person with lunch. It doesn't have to be something over the moon. It could just be watching. It could just be something the person likes. The person likes Gary and beans, maybe Gary and beans with a can of malt and a nice gift bag. Just go to the person's office and surprise the person with it out of the blue for no apparent reason. You shouldn't always wait to surprise our significant others or the persons we love when it's Valentine's Day, when it's their birthdays. No. For no apparent reasons. Out of the blue. If the person your significant other, the person you're in love with, happens to attend the same church with you. There's nothing wrong with you coming to church one Sabbath, just carrying a box of Don Simon with some digestive biscuit. That's if the person likes it, and just bring it to the person. In the afternoon, you just share it together. It's nice. Let's learn to surprise each other. And then for those who are married, it's not a crime. It's not out of the blue to surprise your spouse, especially the wives, with a breakfast in bed or something of that sort. You could just write a note and drop it in your wife or your husband's bag that they take to office or in their purse. Something. Surprise them. Just do something that will gladden their heart, that will lift their spirit up, and that will enhance the friendship or the relationship. So let's try to surprise each other. And then also, let us be gentle during conflict. When an issue crops up, please, this is someone we claim we love. Let's be gentle with the person and the way we handle it. Our words should be respectful. We shouldn't just blow out and talk anyhow and say that for me when I'm angry, that's how I am. No, 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 no. Please, let us try to be self-controlled. Let us try to be gentle, even during conflicts with those we love. Let us try as much as possible, because words once said can never be taken. And these words can stick with the person for life. And these words can also affect the dynamics of the relationship. So please, let us try as much as possible to keep our cool, to be gentle during conflict. And then we should practice accountability. We should be accountable to each other in the relationship. We should be accountable to each other. You have to be responsible for your own actions and accept responsibility and the outcomes of your actions. And then you also have to hold your partner accountable. You get me? The person can just be left to go on a wild goose chase, and then, when issues arise or things that need to be addressed come up, please, we need to address them, just as the previous point I made said. We should be gentle, but we need to be accountable to each other. Let's say you are married and then just get up. I'm coming. You are coming. What is I'm coming? Oh, I'm getting something from the roadside, or I'm going to maybe the Oxford Street to get something. It's better that I don't just get up and say I'm coming, since I'm coming. We need to be accountable to ourselves and to our significant others. You have an appointment and maybe you realize you're running late. You don't keep the other person waiting without any tangible reason. You realize maybe you've been held up somewhere and you can't make it at that time. It is polite. The right thing to do is to get in touch with the person and tell the person that, look, because of A, B, and C, I'll be 30 minutes late in coming home tonight, or I'll be 30 minutes late for our appointment. Let's learn to be accountable. So long as you decide to be with the person, you have to be accountable to yourself and to that person. And then you have to learn to be vulnerable too. Don't be all that macho guy and all that self-sufficient lady who thinks she needs no one, or who thinks he needs no one. Look, let the person see the weak side of you. This is not for the person to take advantage of, but for the person to realize that he or she is in a relationship with a human being who has weaknesses and flaws just as he or she has his. So please, if we love someone, let's learn to be vulnerable to them. And please, when our significant others are vulnerable to us, or they show us areas that makes them vulnerable, or we see their vulnerability, if we truly love them, we wouldn't take advantage of them, because true love wouldn't take advantage of the weaknesses or shortfalls of the person they claim they love. And then we also need to give each other space. We need to give each other space. In as much as possible, there are things that we can do together, but let's learn to give each other space. Giving each other space doesn't mean giving you space to go and do things that will affect the relationship negatively. No, 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 no. That's not what we are talking about. But give them space to also develop themselves, to also grow, to also have time to nurture to nurture themselves. And when we do that, when we come together, it enriches or enhances the relationship. You know, let's if you're always tailgating the person, it takes some spark and sometimes the fun from the relationship. Let us learn to give each other some space, some room, a bit of a breathing space. But just as I said earlier on, this space that is given is not for us to do things that will be detrimental to the relationship. And then we also need to ask our significant others how they want to be loved. How they want to be loved. If you are not observant enough to be able to observe how the person wants to be loved, there's no harm in trying. Because to someone, love might mean spending time with me. To someone, love might mean sending me mumu. To someone, love might mean being affectionate. To someone, people have their different love languages. So please, if we are finding it difficult to what makes our significant others tick, let us ask them. To someone, it's just a word of affirmation. Oh, you're looking good. I like the way you speak. I like the way you carry yourself about. Just that. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. I like the way I like how you look. I like your physique. Just that compliment is enough for the person. That is what the person ascribes to be love. To someone, it might be a project the person has to do with your assistant. Not financially, but maybe the person is in school doing something, the person is all tied up with work, and maybe you can say, oh, okay, and then let me do the dishes for you since you are busy. Okay, since you are busy, let me help with this. That act of service that you perform for that person might mean love to that person. And then for someone, just as I said, it's about receiving gifts. Not expensive gifts. You know, as a husband, you go to town, you're walking in town, you see some panties, some nice panties. What prevents you from buying them for your wife? There's nothing absolutely wrong with that because the person is your wife. And then for someone people who are maybe courting or in friendship, who are not yet married, there are so many things you can buy. You realize that, oh, this gentleman wears white shirts a lot. Oh, let me get him a white shirt that he can take to work or he can bring to church. Or he likes a lot of polo shirts. Let me get him a polo shirt. Oh, she likes pebbles. And you see some pebbles in traffic. There's nothing wrong with getting there some pebbles. You understand? So please, let's learn to do that. And then for some people, it's about the quality time. For someone, it's just about spending time with them, spending time with them, in conversation, spending time with them, having a good meal at home, quality time, just that time, spending time together with them, maybe watching a movie, spending quality time. To someone, that is what love means. And then for those who are married, physical touch. And then even for those who are not married, the physical touch that we have to know the level at which we can go. It's wrong with you with going for a walk with your girlfriend along the beach and holding her hand. It's also physical touch. But I don't think if it is well controlled or you know what you're about, just holding hand could lead to something. But for the married couples, physical touch is very, very important. And please, let's not feel shy taking it all out. Please, let's try and express ourselves well to our significant others, because that also matters. We show our affection by doing that. So let's try and identify what takes for our significant others, for the persons we claim we love, so that our love will be meaningful, will be expressed in a meaningful way to them. So please, let's try as much as possible to be able to express our love. Because after all, what is love if it's not being expressed? Love is an action word. Love is an action word. I want to attribute love to be more of a verb than it being a noun. It can be a noun if the person is called love, but if it's in the form of a relationship, then I would say that love is a verb. Because you can't love someone and without the person noticing it, without you doing things for the person to see that or to feel that he or she is loved. Love is an action word. It has to be felt. It is unfortunate that in our current world, the word love has been abused by so many people to the extent that when you say love, people tend to have their doubts about love. But let me tell you, true love still exists. True love still exists. So please, it's unfortunate that people misinterpret some of the feelings they have as love, which might not necessarily be love. Because I don't see how you can abuse someone you claim you love, how you can hate someone you say you love. I don't see the correlation between that. That you claim you love the person, this person is your significant other, instead of you showing affection, you end up abusing the person. I don't think it really holds. I don't think that is what love is. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves in a world that whereby love, the word love, has been misrepresented. But please, let's not forget that true love exists. True love exists. So let us not lose hope in love. True love exists. And I believe that with the help of God, we will all be able to get to that level of true love and find fulfillment in love the way it's meant to be. And let's not forget that God is a God of love. Not the, yeah, we are in the Bible, but when we read the book of Songs of Solomon, it is a beautiful book. It is beautiful. The quotes there, oh my, oh my, child. They are so wonderful. So if our Creator God could even put such a book in His word, who are we? Who are we, mere human beings, not to show and then express our love? Please, love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. So I'll encourage all of us to pray that we get true love and experience the kind of love that will give us the sort of satisfaction and fulfillment that we really need in life to carry us through. Yeah. So, um, as of now, I don't know whether someone has any contribution, any questions, or any other thing to add to our discussion. We are talking about love, and I believe almost all of us have fallen in love before. Almost all of us have fallen in love before, because I'm sure the youngest person on this call would be about 16 years. So it's normal. It's normal to feel loved, and it's normal to express love along the line as we grow. I don't know if there are people who can share their add to what has been said, or there are any questions concerning love and some of the misconceptions that we see and hear about love in these days that we find ourselves. So, Mr. Moderator, I think I'd like to take a pause for now to make way for other people on the call to also comment on what is this thing called love? What is it at all? What is this at all? To make room for others to also comment and also ask questions concerning this beautiful topic we are looking at.
Thank you very much for a beautiful exposition. Well, for those who were expecting Bible talk, this is not Bible talk. This is true reflection. And thank you, Ms. Zini, for putting this together. Okay, so we'll now open the floor for contributions and questions. If you're just ready to ask any question, just show by hand, and I'm going to call you. Just show by hand, just raise the hand button, and I'll call you. So first off, let me begin by okay. There's a comment here from Florence Porte. With both parents on the call, what other definition could Kofi have given?
Spot on. But I tell you, Kofi is not that shy. Kofi is very, very expressive. He was just trying to be mischievous. He's very, very expressive with his feelings with that. I think he was just trying to be mischievous on the call.
Okay. So, anyone with a question, so we can proceed. Any question or contribution as well? Uncle Frank, I see you are in there. Are there any? Is there anything you want to add to your wife's comment?
Oh, no, I think she's covered the key areas, and I think she's covered quite a bit, a lot that we can chew on, many things. Maybe even let me just pick on one. For instance, that you should love yourself. You find in relationships that people are possessive or over dependent, and therefore it is because they feel themselves incomplete. So that without the other partner or the other person in their lives, they are not complete. And because they do not appreciate themselves. And so you find that people get into relationships, they are abused, they are mistreated, they are looked down upon, and yet they find themselves still in there. Why? Because they have not come to the level of appreciating themselves, who they are, who they are, how, what is their worth. And so even before we go into any kind of relationship whatsoever, and love relationship is only sweet when you are fully committed to it. And as Abi said, it makes you vulnerable. But if you love yourself, you appreciate who you are, your worth, then you go into that relationship with your full self, knowing who you are, what you are bringing to the table, how much value you are adding to the relationship. It doesn't mean that you should be arrogant, but once you love and appreciate yourself, then you can fully enjoy the love that the other person is giving you, and you not expose yourself to be abused or for the person to take advantage of you. So that's just one point on that I can. There are so many things, but let me just speak on this one for now, and then maybe as we come, we can continue with the discussion.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions? We have the floor if anyone has a question. Anyone with a question, please raise your hand and I'll call you. Okay. So let me shoot. There are a few interesting questions that I have here. This generation is of a different kind. It is not like your era, Uncle Frank, where love was everything. This generation says, Sika kakra, hey, odo kakra, sika bebre. What role does money play with love? What role does money play in love? First question. Second question.
Should we answer that, or you would like to ask all your questions?
Okay, there's a hand, there's another hand. Who's Bethel S.D.A? Please go ahead with it. Then I'll come to the third one.
Yes, Bernard, thank you so much. Also, Anthony, thank you so much for spending time and handling the topic for us. My question is to do with just as a follow up to what Uncle Frank said. One of the things that Stabi pointed out is loving yourself. But then also we also mentioned learning to give your partner or your significant other space. Sometimes, how do you blend the two? Because loving myself means that I want that companionship. I want my partner always around me. But then also I need to try and give my partner space to do what they also like to do or what they have interest in. how do you marry the two? How do you blend where you are not um, being all over your partner, if I should say, because loving yourself means that I want this person around me all the time, but then also I need to also learn to give my partner space.
Can I
Thank
make
you.
a quick
What?
comment there?
Yeah, sure, sure.
How I see this giving your partner space is this, that you see we are individuals, and you cannot be possessive of the person that you claim to love, um, and say that we should always do everything together all the time. There are times that people be, I mean, take women for instance. There are hormonal um, developments in them through every month cycle that impacts the way they relate to everybody else. It is not that there's anything that you have done, but there are times that you need to be also observant. In as much as you want to love somebody, you want them to be happy. There are times that you need to let them be to do something that they want to be. It's not always that we must always be together, we must do everything together. Once we are able to learn how each other is, how they conduct themselves, under what circumstances, when somebody is under stress. For instance, there's a book that I read that's quite interesting. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That women deal with um, issues differently from how men deal with issues. For a man, when he's totally stressed, he wants some space to think about it. When a woman is totally stressed, she wants to talk about it. So when a man, and the book talks about the man going into his cave. When the man is in his cave, it's good to be around, but allow him space small. Once he is able to pull himself together, I'm not saying that I abandon them around, but when you judge their mood and it's okay, there are times that you want to do something together, but if you judge the circumstances and the mood, you want to put that on hold for a minute so that that time you are together, but you are not in each other's face all the time, chatting away and all that. So these are things that we need to learn about the person that we are living with or the person that we are in a relationship with. And by so doing, we are able to complement each other and not expect that everything will be done the way that we think it should be. It's not always that everybody is gay. Sorry, not that word. It's not every time that everybody is all hearty. There are times that you need to also take it slow a little bit. So that's how I see giving each other space.
Okay. Um,
And then Bernard, to your first question, concerning money, Bernard, I kid you not, money is important. Don't let no one underestimate the importance of money in any relationship. You understand? Love is important. We need to respect each other and all that. But we also need money to run the home. We also need money to enjoy the marriage or the relationship. So please, let's not underestimate it. That doesn't mean you should get tons of money or become a billionaire before you enter into a relationship or you marry, or before you enter into a relationship or decide to marry. No. Let us strive to do our best and let us pray God to bless us. Look, let me tell you, money makes the relationship sweeter. Don't underestimate the importance of marriage. If you love each other and you are just there with no food to eat, with nothing to eat, I tell you, you wouldn't you wouldn't even see the importance of the love. You wouldn't feel the love. So please, money is important. Let us strive to do our best. Let us strive for God to bless us, because it makes the relationship sweeter. I think Frank has something to say concerning that.
Yes, Bernard, it's important, okay,
oh,
for
Frank,
the
it's not for
men.
you. It's a general question for the people.
No, no, I'm not referring to you. For the men on this call, it is important. Okay. We are made to be the providers. Okay. God made us to be providers. And so for a man, you must work hard to earn a decent income so that you can provide for yourself and provide for the person that you are in a relationship with. Like Avi said in the presentation, surprises. You cannot do surprises every time the surprise is something. No. There must be variety in your surprise. There must be variety in your surprises. If you don't have it doesn't have to be big things, but it has to be nice things. And so for the men on this call, please work hard to earn a decent income. It makes the relationship sweeter. When we have a men's forum, we'll discuss a little bit more into detail money, men, and relationships. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have another comment here. It's from Ebenezer. Amen to that. True love does exist. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, there's a question from Power. It's difficult to find true love nowadays, solely because of what people have been through. And such, they tend to say, I love with my head and not my heart. How can I know I am not investing time at the wrong bank? So that's the question that's coming in. Okay, there's another question here that I've listened to me. Can two people fall out of love? Can two people fall out of love? And which one do you prefer? Should lovers be friends first, or they should bank their hopes on love? So these are the three questions that are coming. Before you answer, Chichi, I can see Chichi's hand. Chichi, yes, go ahead.
So can I make a comment while we're waiting for Chichi?
Okay, please go ahead.
So true love exists, as Abi said, and if you look, you will find it. When I was in secondary school, I read a book, What Every Man Should Know, you know, and in that book, it says that the person you're looking for will also be expecting a certain kind of person. So write all the attributes that you look for every man, Write all the attributes you look for in the perfect woman that you are looking for on one side of the sheet of paper. And then when you are done, ask yourself, for a woman like this, what kind of person is she going to be looking out for? And then ask yourself, am I that kind of person? Okay, so love is a two-way affair. If you're looking for true love, the Bible says that he who wants to be friends must himself be friendly. If you're looking for true love, you must be ready to also love truly. If you're going to go into a love relationship like it's a contract with exit clauses already before the contract starts, then you are not looking for true love. Okay, so as Abi said, if you're going into a love relationship, then you are open to be vulnerable. But if you're always reserving yourself and protecting yourself too much, then you are not giving all. If you are not giving all, then you cannot expect to receive all. Then you cannot find true love. Okay, so true love does exist if you look for it. And for us as Christians, I will say that you should pray when you are going into relationships. There's nothing that we cannot, human beings as we are, our vision is limited. And so we should pray for the true love that we are looking for and be willing to give the true love that we desire. Nobody knows tomorrow, but God knows everything. So pray about it, look out for it, be the person that somebody will want to love totally. And then you can find that total love out there. There was something else that was said that I also wanted to comment about. That you love with all your and not your heart. If you love with both, okay, You see, God has given us wisdom and intellect. Um, don't say love is blind. A blind love will run into the ditch. And you follow, there are things that God reveals to us and He expects us to act on. Okay, let me tell you my example. When I thought I was ready to get married, I started making friends and getting close to women that I thought, oh, this would be a nice girl. There was a day that a lady came to my house and I was washing, okay? And I was outside on a Sunday and she came to visit me and I was washing. I said, hey, me, this washing business I cannot do. Immediately I ruled her out, okay? Because it is not the case that I may be able to buy a washing machine when we get married. And it may not be the case that I may be in a position where I can hire somebody to come and wash our clothes for us. So if you are going to be my wife and you think that washing is not for you, then what will be our position? Okay, I'm going to find myself in a relationship where I am not happy. Okay, so we should love both with our hearts and with our head. Head means that open your eyes, and when the signs are there, no matter how much you feel about that person, please step back. Okay, otherwise you find yourself in a relationship that you are totally unhappy with. So let us love with both our hearts and let us also love with our head, so that when the signs are visible, you see it and you walk away from it before you jump into it and find yourself unhappy in your relationship.
Thank you. Chichi, your hand is up.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening. I think Adi Abi and Frank has said a lot, and my what I wanted to ask. First of all, I wanted to touch on the love and money issue. Please, disclaimer: whatever I say does not apply to me. They are just observations that.
Motion array is
So,
the quickest way to make your content.
it doesn't apply to me in any way. But what I have come to also understand is that until you conquer the issue of money, your choice or even what you feel is most of the time not correct. And over the years, personally, my thinking has changed. And I subscribe to the philosophy that until one is able to conquer the issue of money, if it is possible, don't make a choice, because you may be making a choice that later on it may turn out to be that is not what you actually wanted. And so money has a way of influencing one's choice. Again, if you are able to conquer the issue of money, it also exposes you to a whole lot. And I'm not saying everybody should subscribe to it, but I think being a young man, I'm not saying every young man should subscribe to it anyway, but if you can, try and first conquer the issue of money. And I believe the other things will fall in place as you want. Because for what I have seen, money is a big deal, as Elder Frank said. And it has a way of controlling or dictating your feelings in a way. So that is about the issue of money and love. I mean, we live in this era. I always say the street is not safe. Kakra and share wo ho a, I mean, sometimes it's some way. Then Kweku Achi's question on
Can you make it snappy for us?
okay, so the issue about space. Does
Hello, Chichi.
I don't feel comfortable.
if someone goes through my phone, because my entire life is on the phone. My office, my everything is on phone. And then also my line of work, I do a lot of some other things that personally I feel, even if no matter how we are, I want that space.
You do what exactly? Please be clear. What is some other things? Please be clear. Be specific.
Well, I do some level of interaction that I feel it should be exclusive to me.
Interaction with who?
Again, someone. Oh, a whole lot of people.
Okay.
I mean, both ladies and guys, right? That I feel sometimes someone will open up to me, or we will have some conversations that it is based on my relationship with the person. That is why maybe someone will say certain things to me, or we go into a certain conversation, which I don't think a third or whoever I am in, no matter how I'm in love with you, you should have access to it because you are not party to that.
Okay.
And so,
So if I get you clear, you're asking about love and the phone. Can your partner have access to
yes,
your phone?
yes, please.
Okay,
Because
thank you.
personally, it creates a whole lot of mess.
Great. That's a very good question. So actually, there are three questions on the floor. Which one do you prefer? Should you develop friendship first before you fall in love, or it should be vice versa? What happens when you two fall out of love? And thirdly, Chichi's question about love and the phone. Should you share your phone with your partner if you're dating? Should you be transparent with each other with the phone?
Sorry, let me, hijacking Ajabi's space. A couple of things. I have a different view when it comes to the money issue as Chichi proposes. Money is important, okay, but we should not let money go ahead of us and therefore begins to determine what we do or what we do not. You see, nobody's financial position is permanent. Okay, look at the church that we are in, for instance. There are people who may have started off almost as nobodies, but with time, they develop themselves and could be more prosperous and more financially stable than people who may have started off apparently looking more financially healthier. Okay, so money is at any particular point in time should not ordinarily be a determinant. Okay, when you know yourself and you love yourself and you are confident about yourself, you have a plan and a purpose. Okay, that is what is you are presenting. So if you're a guy and you want, there's a certain lady that you admire, maybe their social status from the family from which they come from, in the social strata, they are higher than yours, but you like them. I can bet you that the lady will not want you because you are poor or because you are not financially sound, but they will not like you because of how you present yourself. If you know yourself and you love yourself, you have a plan for your life, and there is a future in you. There's been occasions where people are wondering, parents are wondering, what does my daughter see in this guy? Okay, because the person, he may not be financially resourceful as they currently are, but there is a future and a potential in them. The way they carry themselves, the way they speak, the way they present themselves, even if it's the same shirt that he's wearing all the time, it is clean and neat. What is he pursuing? You know, and I believe that those things count more than what your current financial position is. And therefore, there are young men who delay marriage because they want to be financially at a certain level before they even approach. By the time you go, somebody has taken the girl. Okay. So be who you are, confident, have a plan, have a future that you are pursuing. And with that, you can win any woman that you want on this planet. Okay, so Chichi, that's my other view on the money bit. Okay.
And then, Chichi, to add to that, you know the direction or where the trajectory you want your life to take. So that should also inform the choice of person you want to enter into a relationship with. You understand? So that later on in life, you have no regrets too. So, I'm not there yet, but with the help of God, this is where I hope to be. So try and get the kind of woman who, by God's grace, will help you get to that level, so that later on in life, you have no regrets. That's the little I wanted to add to it. And then, concerning the question about whether love before friendship or friendship before love, look, it works both ways. Someone sees someone for the first time and something strikes in the person's heart. Friendship follows, the person feels an attraction towards that person, which is later followed with friendship that leads to a much more meaningful relationship. Some start off as friends, feelings develop, and the relationship leads to something else. So it's both ways. It's both ways. Someone meets someone for the first time and instantly falls in love with the person, becomes friends with the person, and the relationship leads up to something very great. Some people also start from the friendship level and realize that no, the feelings and the affections are growing and the relationship grows into something very beautiful. So it could be both ways.
And just a quick comment on the privacy and space. Every relationship thrives on trust. When there isn't trust, then people begin to want to keep things. Phones have become a very big, thorny issues in relationships. Why can't I pick your phone? What is it on your phone that you cannot leave your phone alone? When you see me coming here, your phone, quickly you go and grab it. What is it on your phone? Okay. But we should be able to trust each other to the level where when my phone is there, I can give it to you, you, my spouse, or my significant person, without any reservations. However, there are times when there are people whose phones, somebody mentioned that there may be some information for business purposes that may be confidential. It is important to let the person that you're in a relationship with understand that, look, there are things that are on my phone or that you cannot have access to, and for that reason I want you not to do this. Okay, you explain and build a trust. There are times also that when people are in relationships and you find that people are not comfortable with somebody having their phone because of what they do with their phone. Okay, if and you see, things are not always what they appear to be. Conversations may have occurred on somebody's phone, or you may see something on somebody's phone that, on the face of it, without the background knowledge, you can have a certain interpretation to it. And therefore, you can totally misinterpret what you see on somebody's phone. It is important that in all relationships we build trust and give people people the benefit of the doubt. When you have access to somebody's phone, please, and phones have become very important in relationships. And if I see that anytime you take my phone, you are digging into things that, instead of maybe if you want to make a phone call or use my phone to browse, but you take my phone and you go back, searching, what are you looking for? And I can tell you that they say that when you look into and you're looking, you find something. It may not be what it is that you think it is, but it may look like something. And that alone can be a problem. So, in our relationships, let us manage some of these things well. Every relationship thrives on trust. Once there is doubt, there is suspicion, I can tell you that you see everything in that relationship in the light of suspicion. And once there's suspicion, doubt begins, and then trust breaks down. So if you are in a relationship, build that trust and trust the person that you are in a relationship with until it becomes totally obvious that they cannot be trusted. But this phone thing, let us always keep it properly managed and not use it to look for something. Once you begin to do that, you might find something that would be detrimental to the relationship. Yeah. That's the only comment I wanted to make on that one.
Hello.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle Frank. Any other questions?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
My name is Kwesini.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I mean, we can't talk about love without me making a comment, can we? So I wanted to speak a little bit about the money part. And as I listen to the commentaries that have come, I was asking myself that indeed, what role does money play in relationships, especially just before you get married? But it's worthy to note that, there needs to be a certain show of financial responsibility, not just for the gentleman, but also for the woman. And so you need to, if you need to, if you need to, if a woman would only get attracted to you because she sees money, then you can trust that the day you don't have money, the woman will be gone. In the same way, if the man is very stingy with money, then the day you don't have, the day you need money most, the person may not be able to provide you. So there needs to be a fine balance between money. But the bottom line that I want to make is that it's always important not to be driven by money. As you mentioned last week, money is only an illusion. There are several valuable things that can be there, which surpasses money. If, as a gentleman, you think that you need to flaunt what you have because before somebody can be attracted to you, then you're not attractive enough. If you're a woman and you're looking out for somebody who is the richest, then you're not looking deep enough for other important qualities. So I think that should be noted. The other comment I'll make, and I think the previous speakers have spoken extensively about the role that the phone should play in relationships and other things. I don't think that the matter is really about the phone. The matter is about the trust. I think that I mentioned that earlier. And that when trust is not there in any relationship, it doesn't matter whether it's your wallet or your phone or your computer or whatever other gadget you have. It is not there. And no relationship thrives without trust. You can't be in love with somebody you do not trust. And so you need to be able to build that level of trust such that it doesn't matter what instrument is being used. I mean, somebody can have access to your phone, every aspect of it, passwords, whatever, and yet you could be the most notorious of people when it comes to mistrust and not working according to the tenets of a relationship. So for me, it's about how do I determine that I can trust this person or not trust this person. The last comment that I'll make is about love. Love is different for different people and for different ages. I mean, the kind of love that you have for a woman when you are courting is not the same kind of love that you have when you get married. And I think the young people need to understand that. For me, the only principle that I've lived by when it comes to love is that anything, I mean, and I'm not talking here about the love that God has for us, but I'm talking about the love that we have for one another. The principle that I live by is this, and is that anything that grows can die. And so we can grow love for someone, but at the point that love can die. And so you have people who get married, they are head over heels over each other. They start having children, and all the attention of one of the partners or both of them just goes away. It goes to the children. And the man or the woman does not see or do not feel a part of the relationship anymore. That can happen. Somebody can be in a very beautiful relationship with a woman or with a man. With time, he grows such affection for his or her work that the other party doesn't feel attractive anymore, and so on and so forth. And so love is something that in human aspects grows, but at the same time, love can die. And so even I'll advise caution that don't go following love. Don't go blindly saying that, oh, at this material moment, I'm in love with this person. And if I'm not with this person, I'm going to die. There are people who have been in relationships, there are people who have been married, who were not even in love. In the olden days, our forefathers, uh, we are told, got married to people that they did not even know. And yet their marriages lasted so long. Today, we marry on the first inkling that you have about love, and see how badly our marriages are turning out. So even with love, we need to be cautious, because love is something that can grow. It can die amongst people, and when it does, what really will sustain your relationship is that commitment that you've made, that this is the person that I want to be with. For our young people, my advice to you is that when you are choosing your partners and praying about it, pray for somebody that you know you can live with, even when you do not have any love anymore for that person. And so it's a commitment that I've made that I'm going to be with this person, rain or shine. And even though I may not love the person and the person may not love me anymore, I've made a commitment and I'm going to be faithful and loyal to that commitment. Thank you.
Thank you. There's another question. This is second. Please.
Bernard, I was wondering how Kwesi's last comment about living with somebody that you still don't love anymore. I think that it will be difficult to, and then it becomes a relationship that you're just tolerating each other. But I think that for every love goes through, sometimes it goes through difficult patches. But if we are mindful about it, and I like one of the points that he made, that you should make a determination that I'm going to live with this person forever. And with that, even when you go through a difficult patch, you are able to mend that difficult patch in the relationship to build it up. Abi said something in the beginning that once we respect each other, even when we argue and we disagree, we are respectful in our discourse. It makes room for us to heal even when we have difficult patches. But if there's a relationship where there's no love, then it becomes just tolerating each other and going through the motions. And that is not fun. There must be love. And when love is strained, we work together at it to build it back up. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, Ella, if I may just clarify before maybe the next speaker, and maybe to cite a few examples. One of the classical examples that I like to give in relationship to this particular issue is a story about Jacob and Rachel and the other sister Leah. You know, Jacob never loved Leah because Jacob loved Rachel. The Bible tells us. And yet he lived with Leah longest and had more children with Leah than he probably had with Rachel. And I think it's because Jacob came to the understanding that whereas his heart belonged to Rachel, he was not able to be with her entirely because he had been, he had been tricked into marrying Leah. I don't know what the system at the time was, but could he have put her away? Could he have killed her, etc., etc.? But then he decided to stay with her, even to the extent of having so many children with her. And so the point that I made earlier is this, that, and again, I cited examples of our fathers in old who who were married to people, or our mothers who were married to people that they didn't even know. And yet they had very long marriages and relationships. Love is good. I mean, somebody once said that to love someone is one thing, to be loved by someone is another thing. But to love the someone who loves you is everything. And so love, when it's mutual, when it's shared, when it's there between two people, is the most beautiful thing that you can have. But the point that I want to make is this. Sometimes love changes. Sometimes love grows, sometimes love diminishes, even dies. And it is possible for us to be in good, happy relationships, not because we are head over heels about that person, but because we have made a commitment that is flourishing, a commitment that you understand and have made a pledge to be in. It is not cumbersome. It is not forced on you, but it's a commitment that is made. And you feel happy to be in a commitment. And love is not necessarily that ingredient that holds that commitment together. And so, for our young ladies, there will come times, or some of us may meet people that we are not in love with. We might love another guy, yet we can get married to these persons and they will make us happy and will live ever happily after, if there's anything like that. As compared to sometimes getting married to somebody you are so much in love with, and it turns out to be one of the most bitter relationships you can have. So that's the point that I wanted to make, that love is important. It's a very good ingredient to have. But love is not the ultimate ingredient that should exist in a relationship. Because as human beings, no matter how well we love, that love will either grow or it will diminish. And in the case where it diminishes, it should not be basis for which we'll have an unhappy relationship. There are relationships that have existed which are not based on love, but they've been good and happy relationships. So that's the point I wanted to emphasize.
Hello, Bernard, are you there? Your department, please, are you on the call so that you take over? Mr. Moderator, please, can you take over?